Hello, Sniedze.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Wonderful.
I guess I'm fine.
Oh, I'm sure. So, what would you like to start with?
I would like to
Which
start with Dalila's aria.
Okay, Dalila's. And would you introduce also your wonderful pianist as well?
Yes, my wonderful pianist is Veronica Rinko.
Veronica. Okay, very nice to meet you. You know, we should always remember as singers that the people behind us are the most precious and most wonderful people. So we also have to give them always credit because they can destroy our lives. So be always kind to your pianist. Not you, every one of us. Okay, wonderful. Let's start. Brava, both of you, beautiful. Before we start to work, I would like to ask you the same question as your colleague. So, what do you think? Could you tell me 3 things why a casting director should cast you and not one of the other singers? What are your 3 big, super things?
Oh my God, it's a hard question.
I know. I think that's a very important question, you know, because when we study, we are criticized all the time from everyone. Everyone has different opinion. People come afterwards, after the performance, and have ideas, and very often they are completely going in different directions. And very often, what I found while studying, we lose ourselves, and we don't know where we're good in. And I think for dark times and difficult days, it's very important that you have these grounded columns where you stand on, where you know that's what carries you through. And I would like that you actually are able to articulate them.
Well, it's not so easy to answer on that question.
Let's start with 1.
Maybe my voice have those qualities that need for Dalila.
Okay.
For Dalila.
Yeah, yeah.
But of course I need to learn.
And also I think what's good, maybe it's your homework to really think of why you, what's your as a personality. It's not just about I have the voice, but it's what bring I as Sniedze into the music, into the performance. I think that's very important to have an idea about that. What are 3 things you would like to improve in the next few months? What are things you would like to work on?
Maybe on language, on pronunciation. And this is the one thing that I want to learn better. Maybe some legatos that I'm not doing well. And maybe phrasing also, that is a very important thing, yeah.
Good. Well, I really like very much your low register and how you go out of the low register, jump up in an interval. I think that's very, very attractive. I think your voice has such a special quality where actually, if you're clear, your emotions are going so beautifully through the voice, and it's something very moving and goes straight into the heart. What I find sometimes with you in the way when you perform it, that I hear it in your voice, but I don't see it in you as a human being standing there. And what I found before we started working on it, before you started to sing, I saw this wonderful quirky girl, funny, looking after her hair and smiling and jumping around. I saw someone so positive and beautiful to encounter and to meet, which a lot of that you lost when you performed. And suddenly you became insecure. Now, being insecure is also a very, very good gift on stage, and we have to when we act it. But insecurity very often, if you don't act it in the role, doesn't actually work for an audience. It makes us feel a little bit uncomfortable. And it's different to your colleague right now, where we try to bring also the emotions, the colors into the voice, where you see it as a person, but also I think with you is exactly the opposite around. You have it in the voice, but sometimes I lose it, you as a performer. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
so that's something I would like to look at with you together. And the other thing is looking into the French pronunciation. So I think French is an absolute legato language. And very often the stress on syllables is generally created through lengthening a syllable, but not putting a lot of weight on it. So I think it's very important to just lengthen where it's important. And there is never a stop before a consonant. Very often I hear, au cœur. There is no doubling of consonants in French. Au cœur. Yeah, it's not au cœur. And think of very, very long vowels all the time throughout. Can we try just the first few lines, and then we will go straight into the single vowels we have to fix as well.
Yes, we can.
Super. Thank you very much. It's all on one line, and it's not you have to think actually only of vowels, and you're like a little bouncing thing between, you put just very quickly the consonants in. Can we just start? I have the very last phrase. I would like to hear more. It's better. Great. I would like to hear more difference between the open and closed vowels in French. So, souffle, open. You're doing souffle a little bit. Souffle, qui passe, passe. It's more open. Passe, passe. And then malheureux. They're closed. Malheureux. Not malheureux. Malheureux. Okay, can we do the ton souffle?
Ton souffle qui passe. Souffle. Ton souffle qui passe.
I'm not now torturing you for the next. It's just de la. It's also open, not du. De la terre. So it's very important in French. You have the vowels which are wide, broaden, and the other one which go in the length. You know. So it's actually in the end very simple. And maybe you have signs for. You just make like little whatever. Signs on top of everything, so you have an idea which one are long and which one are. So, de la terre, they are all long. De la terre. So we do it once more, and then I stop with the French because it's torture. That's not very nice. So let's have one more, and then we can carry on with something else. That's the one, perfect. Okay? Come always a little bit earlier. So your pianist is normally playing very much in the beat, on time. and you are always trying to come a little bit before. Can you actually do this exercise that you have these two hands and you sing tu brûlant da di so you always come a little bit before time, because right now your energy is actually drowning you back. And I would like that there's an active energy in what you're doing. Because this aria is, otherwise we are completely, it's like a souffle. It falls together. So it would be nice that you actually do this exercise. Just come always a little bit tiny before the piano. Can we start from the brûler? But I would like that you come always a bit earlier. It's very, very hard, I know.
Yeah.
But can we try? Thank you. Okay, thank you. Can we ask the pianist, please? What do you think? Is she still on time or is she before? Do you feel sometimes that she's overtaking you, or not really? Sorry, can you
Yes,
Sniedze,
she
tell?
thinks that I was before her.
Okay, good. Was it uncomfortable for you?
Yes, maybe.
Okay. Can we try once more? Sorry, to make it more precise, I don't want that you have a faster tempo. The length of notes is the same. What I just want is that the beginning of each note is a little bit earlier. So we have an idea that you actually, what in the end I want to have is that you have more energy and that you're leading. And that you have authority when you sing, and that you are in charge of everything. And that not someone in the back is doing for you the work and you just lean on it and feel comfortable, I would like that I have, your voice is so round, beautiful, present, that I would like that you use your voice in the right way to really let this presence shine also in your personality and in your interpretation and in your rhythm. That's what I would like to. Okay, can we do this exercise once more again, please? I think it's a very, very important exercise for you, to be very honest. Because when you do it, I think you could work a bit hard on that. When you do it, suddenly, as I said, it gives you really strength. Also in the sound, but particularly as an interpreter, as a performer. But when you don't do it, it's a little bit drowning. You know what I mean? I lose you somehow as a performer. So I won't do it again, I won't torture you, but I think that might be an exercise for you to look into. Can we from now carry on from the crescendo? So another thing I wanted to ask, I don't know if you ever looked into the orchestration of it, but suddenly from this bar on we have a bigger orchestra. So more instruments are joining us. And also we have the harp giving all these arpeggi. So suddenly there is this rising of emotions, of also of volume and excitement. And I would like that we actually also as an audience member get a feeling of that. So I think it's very important when we have such a long aria as this one is, that we clearly, in our brain, at home on a desk, do our homework from how is it built up? How do I feel there? What is emotion? How is the orchestration changing? And otherwise it's one soup, and it's nice to, have a little bit of a structure in, and it's very helpful. So can we try this bit? And somehow I would like that there is more energy, higher energy level, more thinking of forward. Can we try that once out, please? We can start directly there if you want. Very good. Can we try now, what's your favorite vowel? Or R? Was it an R or? No, choose any vowel.
Okay, maybe
Okay. Can you just sing the entire line on an A without any other thing, just on one vowel? And can you just move for 1 second the music stand away from you? The score, no, you stand where you are, and the score, you take it away.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Just for now, and you just sing on an R. Super, it's so much better, really. Obviously, you feel frightened with the language, which will come, don't worry. But suddenly, the sound is so rich and so beautiful. And I would like now that we do another exercise, that you actually think that your voice is not coming through anywhere here, but actually your voice is coming, you're singing through your eyes. Can we do this exercise one? Imagine just your voice comes out here, there's nothing there, it comes out through your eyes. Because what I feel with you, you look very confident, but I lose your inner life of telling the story and communicating with us. They are a little bit exaggerating, they're a bit dead. So there is a lot of thinking in you. And I would like that your eyes are actually telling the story. And let's say for every phrase you now, as we did before, I would like that you think of something where you feel very passionate about. You don't tell me about anything, whatever. If there was a moment where you had a fight with a member of a family or with a person you liked and you wanted to kill him or her or whatever, but have an idea, a strong idea of burning, intense emotion. And I would like that you just think of that and of the idea of singing through your eyes. Can we start at the same place, please?
With R? With a vowel?
Yeah, if you feel comfortable, then you just sing on R. But this is urgency, it's really like killing someone or whatever. What I don't want is that the eyes are getting stuck and just open. That's not what I want. Can we do the first phrase as we did with the emotion of killing someone, and then the second phrase we do the emotion of being so desperately with someone in love that we can't live with. It's something very so the first one is kind of aggressive, negative, and the second emotion is so full of passion, of love and caring and being together. So very clear. Break between those two phrases. First aggressive, the second one desperately in love. didn't see such difference, and I didn't hear it. Can we try again? You just don't think of any voice, of any notes, of anything. You just think the first time you want to kill someone, and the second time you are loving someone like never before. It also changes, you know, the way of your face. It changes your entire body feeling. It changes your... Partly I see it, sometimes I lose you a bit. A question I always ask myself when I was studying, what do I think of when I sing? What's going on in my brain? And you know, when I started singing, I had thousands of thoughts in my brain. I was thinking about the consonants, about the pitch, about vocal production. I thought, am I right on time with the pianist? So there were thousands of trains going on. It was like, I don't know, Gare du Nord in Paris or something, a train station where thousands of trains are departing and arriving. And I got so lost with it. And people could see that as well. It's this kind of panic almost. And I always wanted to know what the great singers are thinking of in the moment when they sing. And I have a little bit the feeling, I don't know you, we've met 25 minutes ago also, but I have the feeling a little bit you're also a bit lost in your thoughts and thinking what you should think while singing. So what exactly is it, are there many thoughts, or is it a feeling of being happy while singing, or is it a feeling of feeling almost a bit frightened, or what do you think while singing, if you want to share it with us?
On like this moment, or like
no, generally, when you sing, are you someone who thinks of many different things at the same time while singing, or?
No, I'm like one thinker.
One, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just about.
And you feel comfortable when you generally sing? Is it something you enjoy very much, or is it something you are, because of our environment of other singers and teachers and coaches and critics, or is it something which sometimes overwhelms you with being actually frightened or? Well, it depends on the situation and the music that I'm performing. So there is no one answer, I would say. Okay.
Like never one answer. No, I'm like a little stressed. Well, maybe not a little stressed, like quite stressed about that situation. But like I'm trying to concentrate on my thing.
Don't worry. It's a safe environment. Although maybe there's someone watching, but it's actually in the end only just you, me, and the pianist. So don't worry about all of that.
Yeah.
I think it's a very tough life we're having, and it's, as I said, everyone has expectations on us, and we are always running after these expectations, and we want to please people, and we want to make things always right. Thomas Hampson once said we are like golden retrievers or Labradors. We always, we want to always please everyone with our eyes, and we want to, get a lot of compliments. But I think what's very important in our business to understand that we will never please 100% of the people. There is no pop star in this world, there is no politician in this world, there is no Instagram influencer in this world who is liked by 100%. And I think that's something we have to understand. We have something to offer, who we are, what we can bring to music, what we can do differently to music, and how our emotional approach is to music. But we also have to accept that a lot of people won't understand it, won't see it, maybe see it and don't like it. And therefore, it's what we offer, and we have to feel comfortable with ourselves, what we offer. Obviously, we have to work on it, and we have to reflect and become better, but in the end, it's really what our strength is, and that's why I asked you in the beginning. And you have to be very confident about them. Particularly in moments where you feel insecure, when you're shaking, or when you feel uncomfortable in this moment. Another famous singer, a friend of mine, she's fantastic. I would have said the name, but maybe it's better not to say her name. She is the most wonderful, most famous singer, but she also struggles very much with her confidence and being on stage and insecurity and, being in a different room, being with different people, we don't know each other, all of that. But every time she walks on stage, she says to herself, I am the best. And she needs it still after 35, 40 years of being in the business. And I think that's very important, that in these moments where you feel insecure or where you struggle with yourself, it's very important to trust that all the gifts, all the hard work you have done before are actually working out. And that's where you have to focus on. And if someone doesn't like it, you accept it, but it doesn't bother you in the end. You have your few people around you whom you trust, coaches, teacher, family, friends, also people who actually are not musicians, who are actually people who are close to you, who know you very well, who maybe don't understand anything of music, but very often they have a very clear sense of what's going on. And they know you, how you feel and how you project on stage and how you present yourself. And it's important to have also these people around you. So have a circle of people around you whom you trust and you really value their opinion very highly. But also understand that there are people around what you do, maybe they don't like it. And don't let it bother you.
Thank you for that advice.
So when you sing also now, just don't give a damn about anything what I say or that there's a camera or whatever. You do your thing. Can we do with this knowledge, very briefly, because we are unfortunately running quickly out of time in these sessions, can we do just the beginning of the aria? I think these, things like that are more important than I'm telling you now about an open vowel or closed vowel or about that here you're sharp or talking about technical things. I think these things are actually more important in a course or workshop as we have here now, that you have an idea to take with you home. Because if I tell you, there you have to come a little bit early, you will forget tomorrow. Okay? So can we do the beginning of just you as a beautiful woman, very talented, great voice, you just present it to us and you enjoy yourself. That's in the end all what matters. Okay?
We'll try.
Of course, we always try. Super. Well, there were moments really where I thought I can connect with you from Riga to Bavaria very easily. So there were really moments where I thought you performed as who you are, and that was wonderful. We're unfortunately at the end of our session. I just wanted to check with you that could you tell me three things what you will take with you and you thought it was helpful from this session?
The first one thing is, I think, attitude. And the second thing, you made me feel, I would say, more comfortable. Yeah, that confidence, I would say. And the third thing is, I would say, our communication. That was like really, really good thing. Yes.
I think that's really a wonderful part you can discover, and it's so beautiful. Actually, that's what performing is about. It's about sharing and talking to people and communicating with them and not being frightened of them, but sharing this music in the nicest way. And you pick the nice people in the hall where you feel comfortable with and where you know they smile nicely. There are always people who look grim in an audience and terrible, and you don't care about them, you know. You focus on 4 or 5 people or 3 people in the audience where you really sink towards and communicate that. So your inner life gets awakened, and you share with them. And I think that's what music is about. It's not about singing the right notes or being on pitch and so on. In the end, obviously we have to train that, but in the end of a performance, you have to communicate. Wonderful. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. All the best for you, and maybe we will have some questions later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all the best. Thank you also for playing beautifully.